Hello and good morning. Good morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Is my sound really working? Let me see. Let me see that. I don't know. I think it is working. I think it is working. So if you can just hear me as we proceed on this, because I know the market. Yeah. So if you can hear me, let me just know that in the comment section. Yep. I'm late by a few minutes, but you can see what Gold is really doing here. So that is what we are going to check first, so that you can see whether we have some good position to enter into this market here. I think there's someone who was asking me whether to check whether our position was achieved. So he was asking me whether to check on that, but I knew that your position was checked. Yes, remember yesterday we were to buy at that zone, but we changed things. Remember, for when we started this, I told you these different languages that I'm be using. That is the deal breakers. And remember, the deal breaker was here, 38, and the deal breaker was actually the market actually touched our deal breaker, and that is when we said that we are going to restructure. Right, so that is the language I use. I said once the deal breaker is achieved, then we are going to restructure, because now the market is not going to obey our orders. So we were not to buy right here. So even if this market was to touch here, that was not our buying zone, because now we were entering to restructuring everything. Like, you start a new analysis, remember, because the market touched the new breakout. This you see here, you see this was what we called a deal breaker, and the market actually touched this and continued to move all the way to 43. So that is what we hand there, and deal breaker. And now you see how the market actually came all the way. But if this market and closed below our deal breaker here, we could have bought at that zone here. We could bought at this zone here. Do you know normally what I do when this market just does this? Remember, this was our buying zone here. Let me tell you just something simple what I do, and this will work eventually for you if you don't know. So what we are going to do is, because we now placed our stop loss, this is our entry, our previous entry that we were to enter yesterday, but it was not activated. But later the market actually disobeyed that by touching all our rules there. So what we are going to do is that we are going to have let me show you. This is simple. Let me show you our entries right here, as the market is still moving. Now you can see this market, as you can tell that the market is still on up. It's already up. Do you know our entry is actually going to be here? I'm planning to have some entries here, and I'll show you where my stop loss is. This is a quick one. This is a quick one. I'm going to have entries where I place the stop loss. I'm going to have my entries in between 303 here. So I know I'm late. There's a position that we could have entered here, that 303, and between that 397. So those could be your entries around that zone that we have in between here, that 303 and that one. So remember, that could have been the stop loss that could have been entered into this market. Now, there's a rule that says that These are different rules. There's a rule that says enter at your stop loss, and that is why so many retail traders normally lose, is because if you start entering at, remember, if you placed your market as the stop loss, this is not the rule that we are using, but I'm just doing this because you remember every time we have the stop loss placed anywhere, that becomes also a key level. There's reasons for that. There is a reasons we normally place the stop loss at that point. And I think once this market comes to this zone, in case this market actually goes below this, then you actually know that this might be changing to be a downtrend instead of the uptrend that you've been getting from this market on the upper side. All right. So this is what we have to be careful on, that this market, in case now it touches though this region that you see here, in case it goes below this point that you are talking about here, then that might be a downtrend. But you see, this is crazy because I think I was late. This was supposed to buy my entries 20 around 03. Yeah, I was talking about 03 between 03 all the way up. Yeah, that is one of the point. I'll be giving you the deal breakers, but let's move slow so that I can give you something accurate. Let's move slow and see whether this market is going to come to the same zone before it moves up. Eish goners imetupeleka mbio sana very fast very fast. I think I have one entry at 05 and 03. I intend just that before I came. I was dealing with network issue. Yesterday, I just told you that someone to connect with me with someone who is selling the Starlink. I think I need to switch to the Starlink. Yeah. I need to switch that. I'm paying a lot of internet for useless resort. Now, don't be lured by this candle that you see the market rising here. Yet, not yet. This candle is going to be closing exactly. Oh, what? This is 4 hour time frame. Let me go to 1 hour time frame so that we can see something different. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Just look at this. Okay, let's just wait. When you see the prices coming to lower than 10, you can place a small buy, because I think once this market start rising, we're not going to be probably seeing it going down. You can see the hour and time frame touch this and moving up. So that was my entry that I had this morning. Let's see whether we can have for this market touching again, or maybe we coming to 8. If it comes to 8, then we can have some entries there. And remember, this is going to be a long one. This is going to be long. This is going to be long. This is going to be long one. Let's see. I want to have something here. I want you as well to observe this. Remember, this is a quick one, so make sure that you use good risk management. This is not the one that we wait. We are going to make an instant decisions here. You're going to make instant decision here. Okay. Let me open for some positions here. Yeah, with that, 06. Now it's coming down. Let's see whether we are going to be getting this. 07. Yeah, 07, 08. You can have at least one positions entered there. Let's see. I sent this is the first one. So there's someone later just went and entered a full position, and that was crazy. I really don't like that. I don't like the language of people blowing their account and all that. I hate that. I hate those things. I hate that. It's better even you enter with 0.01 than blow the account, because the movement that we normally have here is big. It's not for the one that we are used to. The market is moving from that 06 all the way to that 3010. No, not that big move we have there. We are dealing with many pips here, and probably we are going to 34. Okay, we are going to 34. So that's why our stop loss has to be 80s here, $20, and the profit is 60s. So use a small lot size, because we are going to hold for a long time. We are going to be holding that. So have you entered a position at 6? 6. Let's observe from 6, and then we can have it all the way to from 6 to 98, that big. From 6 to 98, that will be fine. 8 to 96, 98, divide those positions. That is what I'm looking to do. 06 to 98, my entry. Okay, 06 to 98, this is the point here. So the reason I'm saying that is because the market might not come to this point yet, so I'm looking to get that. Okay, and we are going to be having like 27s over there, that is, and we're going to see how the market is going to be moving from there. All right, 98 is going to be my last entry. 98 is here. 98 is going to be my last entry. We are normally, here we harvest many pips. It's not a movement that you see, just market moving 98. If you just want to get those some small moves there, then you can join us every time. You can join us live, because I like that one for scalpers, where you can just enter those small moves. We call them reactions. How the market normally react. So if you are in that, then you can just join us live, and we are going to give you those small reactions. Those small reactions that we get. So if you're watching this, ensure that you like right now. Ensure that you like. I want to find something. Why? Okay. Did you do that? Let's see. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. So our entries, if we are going to be divided, let's see, from, remember this move that we have here. Okay, just to mention that, let's wait and see how the market is going to play us here. So our last entry is going to be here. I will be showing you the stop loss. The TP, saying that the stop loss is going to be somehow 80. Yeah, 80, because that is just $20 down, and we are going to be focusing on 60, around $60 here, 60s. So we are still going to 60. I think that's a very nice one. We're going to go to 60s. We'll be focusing on 60s. 60s. We are on. So I'm waiting for this candle to do me a favor to keep going. If you can continue keeping going, I think it's going to be so amazing. So, okay. I was checking the breaking news to see whether there is one, but I don't see. Yep, we got it there. Ensure that you use, if you actually follow, you have to use the risk management very nicely. Yeah. These cases of hearing that someone blew the account, I hate that. Never ever blew an account. That means that you really don't listen to me. Okay. I know we have never hit that stop loss. Our stop loss has never been hit since we started this live, but always make sure that you use school always, I'm setting something here to give you. Let's see, this market now, since achieving this result here, remember now the entries that we're going to be having. First, we are going to assist at 32. We have 32. That's big already, because already this being TP1 is actually the stop loss that you see here. That's why we have those good entries. So I'm going to be having at a stop loss around 80s. Yeah, I know that's big. 80s there, but entries is going to be in between 06 and 98. So that's not big at all. So that is what I'm focusing on. So I'm going to draw up to the first up to here. And yep, up there. And our stop loss is going to be inside around this zone here. So you can see the risk reward ratio is almost 3. So that will be almost 3 if we just enter that position here. The reason I'm saying that is because in case we hit this market actually going below or hitting our stop loss, that will be changed. That means the market will be shifting and we might be getting a break of structure. That's how some people call it, break of structure. The market might be shifting the direction or change of character. I mean, change of character, market just changing, you know, more on the uptrend to the downtrend. But I don't want to draw this that you see here to this one because it will hinder you to see how this candle is really performing here. So let me just draw this one, this, like that. Okay, sorry, that one. This candle is joking right here, right? Around that area here. So that's what I'm waiting to see how the market is going to perform there. Yeah, our entries already identified. Let's see, today do we have I'm going to put, this is going to be TP1, this is going to be the stop loss around here. So I'm going to make this color and stop loss. If you see this being hit, then just know we are out. And I'm going to put this as the stop loss. Okay. And then, okay, this is should be this should be TP1. Okay. How long can you hold that trend, by the way? I thought you can make me magic. Like you are just by just looking the other side, the market is going to do miracles. Hey, the market just does miracles here. Gold, by just looking this side here, going to hit boom. You're just one, you just see it just hitting the TP1 or it's up there. That's crazy. And then we are going to be having TP2 around this zone here, which is incredible. But I think this time we're going to higher. So that's why dividing position is good, because you know what, this is what we have been doing. For those who don't know, we enter positions and when we continue closing TP1, and this time I think we might be going even to 34. Yeah, 34. There is 34. Yeah, 34. We might be going to 34. Yes, at 34. So if we go to 34, maybe breaking 65, then might be having TP3, TP3, yeah, TP3. This is our entry positions here. This is our entry. This is our entry. Wow, entry level. Entry. This is our entry, and this is the stop loss. If I already entered like half of the position, just 06 and 05, 06. That's have been my entries right there. And in case maybe it comes to 98, okay, that's a half of my position that I was to enter here. That's a half of it. I still have to, in case this market comes down, I still have to 33 and 98. Okay, those are two my entries that are remaining. But in case this market continues to move up, I'm okay with that because I'm going to hold higher. So that is going to be very okay. So our entries here was in between 06, 06, I'm going to write that again. 06 33 06 to 33 32 98. So those have been our entries that we got. Those have been entries in between here. What else? What else? The TP1 is 32. Should I rate all these things? No, let's the market come there, and then we are going to see. We're going to see how the market is going to be reacting. And yeah, so this market come around that corner, and then we're going to decide. What I'm saying is that every time we have a deal breaker is very important, because deal breaker on, like yesterday the deal breaker was actually achieved, and today we restructured everything. We changed how we going to trade our entries. But if the market had not achieved our is our deal breaker out there, then that means our entries could have remained the same. It is very important for you to stick to the rules every moment. Every time, stick to your rules that you set. They are going to help you all the time. I'm going to help you when when you are low. Okay, it's very important here. So when this trend is activated, it's going to be so amazing. So, those we're buying gold, we are buying gold, we are buying gold, we are buying gold. I have already identified this market, and you can see these arrows. It's very simple. Let me bring them around here so that you can see. Okay, those are one that we have here. So that is it. That is it. So let's just give it some minute and see how it's going to react there, and then I'll be coming back. Yo, so I think I have a problem with my net, and I'm going to rectify that. So these were our entries 36. Our TP2 is located right there, and I think this is this 78 80s around that area here. So the stop loss is in between this, so you can actually enter two times. Our stop loss is located between 80. Let me write this clear. 32, 32, 80, and 70 and 77. Okay. Now the TP here, that's why I want, and for those who are listening this, they know we had mentioned these values. So the TP1 here is going to be 32. We mentioned 35. Okay, I think someone just did that, and then the next is going to be 64. 64, 33, 64. This is 33, not 32. Okay, so we are there. So that is how the market is. Remember, these are our entries. This is 06. 06 is located here, and 98 is here. So this is how the market just did. It just went all the way to 92. So that's why I always tell you that you must diversify this. I always tell you these things. So for those you maybe I don't know, maybe you're going against what I'm telling you. Kitakuramba always. Kitakuramba. Remember, our focus is not $2. Our focus is not the movement of small pips. We are talking about almost 1,000 pips here. Hey, I tell you, I'm dealing with the networks here, and I think I got lost like some few minutes before you're just back again. But I'm going to still to on this. So now this market has just reversed. Remember now our stop loss was around that corner here. We had our stop loss right here, and the market was already achieved 92. So if our last entry was 98 and our stop loss is around here, I think that was not bad at all, considering that our TP is around 35. I think that's a drop between 36 and 98. If you calculate that, it's just a difference of around $8. So if you divide that is 4, okay, that is 4 drop. So that is that is 306 minus 4. So that means our entry should be that was around that 302. Okay, so that 302 3302 is here, and the market has already went to 92. That is $10 down. So $10 down, and already we are $5 up. So you see that we are $5 up. So just look at that. Look at this. So our entry, that means it was at 9302. If you actually divide between that 302 and 92, our entry is supposed to be inside here. That is 3302. That is what we are supposed to be getting from there. All right. Now we are focusing to get this market, but do you know where we get most things, where we just going to say like this market is on our side, things are going so well, is when this actually market touches 13. So when we get 13 here, when we get this market crossing 13, we'll be in good page, because now this market giving us a very good signal that this market is going to move all the way up, and we are going to three whether this market is actually going to break this. So that is very important. So if you break this, that means that we are going to head all the way to our TP1. So that's what you're waiting to see from this market. In case we break this zone, as you see, this market now is rising. Remember our entry now, if you divide between that 306 and 3298, our entry was 3202. Okay, so that's what we have to know. Market oriented 1 to 32 92. Remember our stop loss is 80s and 77. That is where we take the first stop loss and then the second stop loss. Okay, that is what we are going to be doing this to see whether we can maximize on profit on this trend. I'm waiting to see, let's see whether we're going to be hitting TP1. That is what I'm going to be waiting to see from this market. It's very tough. What is really moving today is going to be very tough, but you can see we are in profit. So we are going to be patient. Even if you hit stop loss TP, all things are okay. No worries in Africa, no worries when you are trading. So I'm going to hold that to see whether we are going to hit the TP around that Kenya. So the amount of money that you see is not in dollars. The amount of money you see is in Kenya shillings. So I just transformed the account to be in Kenya shillings. So that is in Kenya shillings that you see. So that's about $200 that you see in profit, accounting at 26,000. So the amount of seen profit is in Kenya shillings.